Throughout the Second World War, the Soviet Union forged its victory by equipping its army with rugged rifles, high rate of fire submachine guns, bulletproof machine guns, and unique specialized weaponry. In this episode, we present a comprehensive overview of Great Patriotic War small arms.
Submachine guns. PPD-40. The WWII submachine gun was a reliable weapon utilizing a high-capacity drum magazine. The PPD-40 laid the groundwork for subsequent Soviet designs, but proved far too expensive for mass production under the harsh conditions of the initial invasion. PPS-43. The WWII submachine gun was arguably the finest submachine gun of the entire war. Constructed entirely from stamped steel, the PPS-43 was incredibly lightweight and simple to manufacture, allowing factories to churn them out even in the midst of the besieged city of Leningrad. PPSH-41. The Spagan submachine gun, affectionately known as the Papasha, earned its fame through an incredible, devastating rate of fire. Cheap to mass produce, the PPSH-41 became a true symbol of victory in the ruined streets of war-torn cities. The heavy hitters of the infantry formations. Weaponry providing dense, suppressive support in the offensive and unyielding resilience in defense. The light, heavy, and aircraft machine guns. DP-27. The Degtyaryov infantry machine gun, instantly recognizable by its record-shaped pan magazine. The DP-27 was the standard-issue light machine gun, providing reliable suppressive fire to every single infantry squad. DT. The Degtyaryov tank machine gun was a specialized armored vehicle variant of the infantry model. The DT featured a compact, retractable buttstock and a deeper pan magazine to maximize space inside the cramped fighting compartments of tanks. Maxim 1910. The Maxim heavy machine gun was a water-cooled beast mounted on a wheeled carriage. It was capable of sustained fire for hours on end, turning into a living nightmare for anyone attempting to storm the Soviet defensive lines. Maxim Tokarev. The Maxim Tokarev machine gun was a lightened version of the heavy Maxim. Engineers stripped away the water cooling jacket to give the weapon infantry mobility, though it was soon surpassed by dedicated light machine gun designs. SG-43. The Goryanov machine gun was a rugged modern replacement for the aging Maxim. The SG-43 was significantly easier to manufacture and remained in service long after the war concluded due to its simple, ironclad design. We kick off our list with the personal sidearms of the officer and command staff. Compact, reliable, and lethal in skilled hands, these are the pistols and revolvers of the Soviet Union. TT-33. This Soviet semi-automatic pistol was a high-powered sidearm boasting serious armor-penetrating capability. The abbreviation TT stands for Tula Tokarev. The pistol was simple to mass produce and easy to service in the field, making it a definitive favorite among frontline officers. Korovin TK. The Korovin pistol was the first mass-produced Soviet semi-automatic handgun. The Tula Korovin was incredibly compact and was primarily carried by high-ranking command staff or utilized as a concealable pocket backup gun. Baltiets. This pistol was developed during the brutal siege of Leningrad. This rare sidearm was forged under desperate, makeshift conditions. It was engineered specifically to operate flawlessly in sub-zero freezing temperatures, right where other models frequently jammed. Prilutsky M1914. The Prilutsky pistol was an early design that never quite made it to the big leagues. It represents an experimental chapter in the evolution of Soviet small arms development, paving the way for more modern designs. Nagant 1895. The Nagant system revolver became legendary due to its unique gas seal system. This 7-shot revolver remained in active service far longer than it should have, purely because it was incredibly rugged and 100% reliable even in the thickest mud.
Moving on to the most widely produced and recognizable weaponry of the era, the backbone of the infantry formation and the ultimate symbol of the Soviet soldier's grit, the bolt-action rifles. Comrades, if you appreciate our approach to history, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Mosin Nagant 1891. The Model 1891 Mosin Nagant rifle was the absolute backbone of the Red Army. This bolt-action rifle became legendary for its long-range accuracy and extreme durability, serving millions of soldiers from the opening days of the war until its victorious conclusion. Mosin Nagant 1938 Carbine. The Model 1938 Mosin Nagant carbine was a shortened version of the classic service rifle. It was ideal for cavalry and combat engineers who desperately needed a lighter weapon without sacrificing substantial stopping power. Mosin Nagant 1944 Carbine. Adopted by Soviet forces in early 1944 to increase infantry maneuverability, this carbine featured a noticeably shortened barrel. This specific modification introduced a side-folding, permanently attached bayonet. It was purpose-built for the brutal, close-quarters combat that characterized the final years of the war. Berdan No. 2 Rifle. A 19th-century relic that saw limited frontline use during the darkest days of the conflict. Its deployment serves as a stark testament to just how desperate the Soviet rifle shortages were during that critical period.
Technological progress never halted, even during the years of the harshest trials. Before you are the designer's attempts to multiply the firepower of the individual infantrymen, the semi-automatic and automatic rifles. Fedorov Automat, a Russian and later Soviet automatic rifle chambered in 6.5 millimeters, developed by gunsmith Vladimir Grigorovich Fedorov starting in 1913. It is frequently cited as the world's first operational assault rifle. Although it was a rarity by 1941, it was pulled from stockpiles to boost the firepower of frontline units fighting in the deep winter snows. AVS-36. The Simonov automatic rifle was an early attempt to field a select-fire rifle chambered in a full-power cartridge. The AVS-36 was overly complex to mass-produce and suffered from violent recoil, which led to its replacement by simpler semi-automatic designs. SVT-40. The Tokarev semi-automatic rifle was a highly advanced weapon that provided a high rate of fire. While the SVT-40 was maintenance-heavy and demanding in the field, it was highly prized by well-trained soldiers who knew how to properly maintain it. AVT-40. The Soviet AVT-40 was a modified variant of the SVT-40, fitted with a fire selector that allowed for both semi-automatic and fully automatic fire. The AVT-40 proved nearly impossible to control during rapid automatic fire, serving primarily as a stopgap measure to compensate for severe machine gun shortages. SKS-45. The Simonov semi-automatic carbine was a sleek weapon that emerged just as the war was drawing to a close. Utilizing the newly developed intermediate cartridge, the SKS-45 paved the way forward for the future of Soviet infantry. AS-44. The Sudayev assault rifle was a highly rare, experimental weapon. The AS-44 stood as one of the very first operational designs chambered for an intermediate cartridge, a concept that would later reshape the landscape of modern warfare. When the enemy's steel monsters appeared on the battlefield, these heavy hitters stepped up. Massive, long range, and capable of punching through armor,
the anti-tank rifles. Our review is drawing to a close. To ensure you don't miss our upcoming briefings on weaponry and military hardware, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment. What specific chapters of military history interest you the most? We read every single message. PTRD-41. The Degtyarev single-shot anti-tank rifle was a massive anti-armor weapon. The PTRD-41 was simple, cheap to produce, and capable of punching straight through the side armor of early war tanks with a single well-placed shot. PTRS-41. The Simonov semi-automatic anti-tank rifle was a magazine-fed weapon carrying a 5-round clip. The PTRS-41 provided significantly higher firepower than its single-shot counterpart, though it was much more demanding in terms of creening and field maintenance. Shulikov anti-tank rifle. The Shulikov was a very early anti-tank rifle design based on outdated technology. It was quickly overshadowed by more modern systems as enemy tank armor rapidly grew thicker.